Welcome to the Raising Confident Girls podcast, your guide to raising strong, confident daughters. I'm Melissa Jones, the founder of Girls Positivity Club and a teacher for over 20 years. In a world where girls often feel overwhelmed, anxious, and confused, this podcast is your go-to space. As caregivers, we navigate challenges together. I founded Girls Positivity Club to provide a place where you belong and get the tools to face today's hurdles. Consider this your regular check-in with a trusted friend, offering insights and practical tips for meaningful conversations. I'm here to help you feel confident on this journey of raising a generation of empowered girls. Let's dive in and raise those confident girls together. Hey everybody, it's Melissa, and today we're talking about something so many parents feel this time of year. That mix of, I want to start fresh, and I'm so tired from this year, I don't even know where to start. And if you're ending the year with a little worry, maybe you're wondering if you supported your daughter enough, if she's okay socially, if she's confident, if you missed something, take a breath with me. You've given her more than you think. And today, I want to walk you through 3 tiny, doable confidence skills you can bring into the new year. Skills that build leadership, emotional regulation, and self-belief in ways your daughter will actually feel. These aren't big resolutions. These aren't perfect habits. These are small, grounding moments that strengthen your connection and help your daughter start January with confidence instead of pressure. Before we jump into the 3 confidence skills, I want to share something really important. As you know, if you've been listening over the last few weeks, December is when we really focus on raising scholarships for girls in the new year. And so these are girls who would love to be in Girls Positivity Club, but just need a little bit of financial support. And so sponsoring a girl gives her 8 weeks of confidence building tools for friendships and a positive community, something that every girl deserves. And I know that there's so many stories of girls who it's really changed their lives. And one in particular I can think of is a girl named Gabby, who is 7 years old. And she was having a lot of suicidal thoughts before she joined or was able to join because of a scholarship, Girls Positivity Club. And it really made a huge difference in her life. And I know I'm sorry if that was like a shocking one to mention, but she, even at 7, was questioning her own existence. And although not every scholarship girl is in crisis like that, it was a life-changing place for her to be able to be part of Girls Positivity Club. And also other girls too, like maybe they're not having a crisis situation, but they just want a fun place to be after school where they can feel good about who they are and keep learning about how they can just go through different things that girls go through while they're growing up. And so if that is something that, I know those are 2 extreme examples, but if those are things that you think, yeah, I'd like to be a part of that, we would love to have you, whether you can donate any amount, like whether it's a couple of dollars or whether it's more, every little bit helps. And it really helps us give those scholarships to girls going into the new year straight away. And that's what we do with our scholarships. Like as soon as we have enough funds to get a girl in an 8-week session, we use them immediately. And so we have 2 different things that we do. We sometimes, if it's a school community who their whole population is high need, then we will fund an entire club. And then sometimes even if it's a community where most of the kids can afford it, but there might be a couple of girls who just need a little bit of help, then we offer those girls the scholarship and the support. And there's all kinds of different ways we can do that. And so just gifting that to them can really change their lives. And you never know the seed that your donation could plant in a girl to really change her life. And really, even if it's for the 8 weeks, just to give her a space where she can feel herself and she can feel good around other girls and do fun things. So if this speaks to your heart, please go to girlspositivityclub.org and click on the donate button, and it'll give you some different options. We would love to have your support so that we can offer even more scholarships in 2026. And I thank you in advance for even considering donating to a girl like Gabby or any girl who deserves to be in Girls Positivity Club, which is every girl. Before we get into the tips, I just want to remind you that we are trying to think about the new year, because this is coming up, as little things that you can do to help build her confidence. So you don't have to do drastic things. So I'm a big believer in like starting new habits are great, but sometimes we can put a lot of pressure on them and they can feel too big to accomplish. And so I really like tiny things that feel more manageable. And so the first confidence skill that I'm going to teach you is the daily spark check-in. So every girl needs one moment in a day where she feels seen. And so seen for who she is, not always what she accomplishes. And so we can call this the daily spark. And so it's one sentence, one moment, one spark of connection that sounds something like this. I noticed how kind you were to your brother today. Or I loved how you told the truth, even though it was hard. Or I'm so proud of the way you tried again and again after you felt frustrated with, and you just fill in the blank. Or I love how your brain works. You're always thinking of great ideas. Like those are really good things. And I know it may seem so obvious, but I know for myself anyway, as a parent, it's really easy to forget to do these out loud. And so by making it a daily practice, even if you just do it once with the girls in your life, it makes a huge difference. And so why this matters is because girls often go into the new year thinking, I need to be better. I should try harder. Other girls are ahead of me. Or they might even secretly be feeling like they're not enough. And if you have a super confident girl already, she may be feeling pressure to do even more. And so your spark becomes the voice that she can carry with her into January. And so at one of my summer camps this year, I had a girl who barely spoke on the first morning. She stayed on the edges, just kind of observing, and she would do a craft, but she would do it really quickly, or she would kind of avoid jumping in right away until she saw more of what the other girls were doing. And she would oftentimes keep her head down. And so her mom later told me that she had been feeling behind everyone else, behind socially, and this was at school. So she said she was carrying this into the summer, behind socially, behind academically, and behind in her confidence. And so all week, I made sure to give her one spark every day. I love how thoughtful you are, or you have such a creative eye, or you make space feel calm when you walk in. And, or like you are such a helpful person. Thank you for helping me pass out the supplies. I see how helpful you are. And so by doing this, it started to help her open up. And she was even volunteering to lead an activity in the middle of our day when we have like a connection time. And by Friday, she was helping a younger girl paint her canvas, not because we had deep talks, but because she was seen every day in tiny ways. And so these small sparks can shape big confidence for the girls in your life. Confidence skill number 2 is the courage pattern. So girls often build confidence by noticing when they were courageous, not by being told to be confident. So here's your tool for January. Once a day, name one small courageous thing she did. Then let her name one too. So it might be speaking up in class. It might be raising her hand, even if she's not called on. It might be walking into a new space. Maybe she's trying out a new after school activity, or she's trying out a new instrument or a new activity in some way, and she's joining a new group. Handling a tough feeling, or choosing a kind action. Trying something again if it didn't go well. And so what this does is it teaches her, I can do brave things, and I do brave things all the time. So it's pointing out those everyday acts of bravery that you can see in her. Or if it's hard to name them at school because she may not talk a lot about school, you can name them at home. And so one summer, another girl came to camp and she would not do the tie-dye station because her friend wasn't interested and because she didn't want her hands to get dirty. And so she whispered to me, what if it turns out bad? What if people look at me? What if mine doesn't look as good as everybody else's? And later that day, when she was doing some writing, she brought in her own journal because she liked to journal. She wrote, because she showed it to me. She's like, look what I wrote. Today I was brave because I tried tie-dye, even though my friend didn't want to at first. And even though I was afraid mine wouldn't turn out and I didn't want to get my hands dirty. Like I jumped in and I tried anyway. That moment mattered, not because of the shirt, but because she noticed herself being brave. That was what this skill was building, is a courage pattern, one tiny brave thing a day. So by her, even if her friend didn't want to do that activity right then, because we do have girls who are like, I just want my shirt to be white. And I let them do that. Like that's an option. But she really did want to try it. And then she also saw that other girls already knew how to do the rubber bands and all those things, even though we all help them. She just felt a little hesitant. And she's like, well, I don't really like to get my hands dirty anyway. And I was like, well, we have gloves, or we can do this, or we can do that. And so when she was writing about that, then it showed her, and she was keeping track of even her own moments of courage. And it's not that they have to do a big journaling practice or anything, but it's just an example of showing how these kind of things can look in real life. And some girls do like to write it. So if your girl does like to write, maybe she does start a courage journal, something like that. Not if it's going to seem or feel to her like it's an assignment or homework or anything. Like if she doesn't like to do that, then it wouldn't be the thing. But if she does like to, it would be a great way for her to make her courage visible, or to write about different things each day that she does that help her feel confident or courageous, or whatever the case would be. And then the third confidence skill is the snapshot reflection. So this is, instead of big goals or resolutions, help her take a snapshot reflection of her year. So 3 little thoughts. That's it. You can do this snuggled under a blanket while you're watching TV, or while you're sitting by the fire, while you're driving. You can do this at bedtime, wherever it feels natural. Ask her these 3 questions. Number 1, what's something you're proud of from this year? Number 2, what's something you learned about yourself this year? Number 3, what's one small thing you want to try in the new year? And that's it. No pressure, no resolutions, no fixing. And you can do this with her. I think this would be a great thing for you to do, either verbally, or like I said, if you have a girl who likes to write. I love making things visual and like hanging them up just to remind yourself, or to remind the girls. And so this is an example of how it could sound. I'm proud that I tried chorus, even though it made me nervous. I learned I can handle big feelings when I take a minute. And next year, I want to try raising my hand more. It's short, it's real, and it's powerful. And here's why it works. Because girls rarely reflect on who they're becoming. They jump to who they think they should be. And so these snapshots help her recognize her growth, build identity, feel grounded, and enter the new year with confidence instead of comparison. And so this ritual alone strengthens self-esteem more than any January goal setting ever could. So as you head into the new year, please hear this. Your daughter doesn't need a dozen new habits. She doesn't need a perfect plan. And she definitely doesn't need pressure. She just needs small, steady moments of connection that say, I see you. I believe in you. We're in this together. These confidence skills, the daily spark, the courage pattern, the snapshot reflection, are simple, gentle ways to help her begin the year believing in herself. And you're giving her more than you realize. You're doing better than you think too. I'll see you next week. Thanks for joining another empowering episode of the Raising Confident Girls podcast. Share today's insights with caregivers and friends, building beautiful relationships with strong girls. Hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. We're not just a podcast, we're a community. Follow Girls Positivity Club on social media for more empowering content on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. This podcast empowers you, supporting incredible girls. Let's create strong, beautiful relationships with the girls in our lives. I appreciate you listening today. Stay confident, stay connected. Until next time, keep raising those confident girls. You've got this.